Hey guys, Marsenged here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we are going to jump into the SYN SHENRON stage of the Birth of the Shadow Dragons. Obviously for Global, we don't have the Omega stage yet, so outside of the new Red Zone stages, SYN obviously can be one of the hardest bosses, mainly because of the AoEs more so than anything else. So this definitely will be an interesting event for Trunks' team, because obviously Trunks, outside of when you go into the standby, is very much not a slot 1 unit. So it'll be interesting to see. We have got some good first rotations here, so I feel like Trunks definitely has the opportunities to show off his stuff here. So we'll see how we go. Take it easy, Blair. Thanks for coming by. Alright, so we got 2 rotations. We got Trunks and Vegeta, and then on the next rotation we have the Blue Boys. Let me turn off the animations here because we don't need to see the all the intros now. So, oh, actually, this is a really good first turn. So, Trunks doesn't even have to take any attacks. I mean, he would obviously be fine in this first phase, right? But so this is my Trunks. My Trunks is 69%. I haven't yet decided what I think the optimal build for him is. So I've kind of evened it out with the first dupe. So he's got 8 additional, 8 crit, and then 6 dodge. Obviously, once I eventually get a second dupe, I'll have had a bit more time to play around with him and decide what I want to go for the full build. So we'll see how we get on here. Obviously, Vegeta and Trunks in slot 1, because SYN is still part of the sort of quote-unquote older generation, I guess now, of the more difficult events, because the new Red Zone really has ramped it up with how hard enemies are hitting you on turn 1. So SYN is a little bit easier early on, which gives us the chance to actually get some build-up with our units. Plus, you know, being a full 200% leader skill team, so all of the units are always getting the full 200%, you do have very high HP values on these teams. Like Future Gohan's team easily breaks 800k, and then this version of the Trunks team we're at, what, 770, something like that? Now, I did find it a bit tricky putting together the team for SYN specifically, because Trunks' team build has a few units like the Int Mai, for example, who I would probably run on this team in most scenarios, but because she doesn't get her full defensive kit like filled out until she's attacked, she could get absolutely destroyed by Physical SYN's AoEs. So bosses with AoEs obviously definitely have a huge effect on how you build your team, right? Now here, we wouldn't normally put Trunks in slot 1, but it's like, do I want him to get no build-up? Because even though we obviously want to win, it is kind of also a Trunks showcase, right? So the friend has full crit, no dodge. I mean, as long as he doesn't super in slot 1, we wouldn't take that much damage. Because I would like him to at least start getting some attacks off, right? Because he does need to attack a whole bunch of times in order to get his full passive built up. I thought we'd bring Tech Trunks just to see how he goes here. Of course we get supered. The 32k normals I could have kind of lived with, but of course we have to go ahead and eat a super straight away. That's why you don't put Trunks in slot 1, right? But I wanted to at least get some attacks off with him. I mean, he's only going to get 1, but was it really worth it getting 1 stack of his passive to take like 350k? Probably not, but what can you do? Alright, so well, what you can do is not put Trunks in slot 1, right? So, fortunately, because we have a lot of HP on the team, it's not like we're in desperate need of saving here. Vegeta in slot 3. Now, Vegeta in slot 3 technically doesn't count as being in slot 3 until he attacks, right? So, he could, it will most likely will, get hit by the AoE. Shout out to Toon in chat. My Trunks cooks. I built him really well. You better use mine. I actually can't tell if that is sarcasm or not. I think it was a rainbow guest friend for this run. But yeah, I've seen a lot of discourse about Trunks' build. We talked about this. We had a big, long conversation on the podcast last night. If you haven't seen it, the VOD will be out later and the Spotify version. But we had a big, long discussion about the future, about the hidden potential and how people prioritize the hidden potential builds, because the way I described it, and I don't want to go into full detail because obviously you guys should check out the episode if you haven't seen it, but there are 2 minds that people are in, I think, when they make their hidden potential builds, and that is either you want to fully accentuate the unit's strengths and just kind of hope that their weaknesses don't get you killed, or you use the hidden potential to try and cover their weaknesses. And that is the mindset, I think, of the people that go full dodge, right? So Trunks is already a damage dealing unit. That's what his purpose is. And he can put out tons of damage. His problem is his defense, especially early on. So if you're in that second mindset where you want to use the hidden potential to cover a unit's weaknesses, then I can understand giving Trunks full dodge. If you're of the first mindset where you just want the unit to be the best at what it is that they're supposed to do, then again, I can understand going like full additionals and crits, because you're kind of just in that mindset that like Trunks isn't a defensive unit. He's not supposed to tank supers. So if he gets supered and you die, then it's just like a, oh well, I got unlucky kind of scenario, and you just start again. Or you use items, because as we talked about last night, again, it's another interesting discussion. Some people just do not care about no item runs. And a unit like Trunks, on the first turn of an event where he's got no build up and has the potential to, you know, he could get blasted by a super, just pop a Whis on turn 1. And then he's not going to die, he gets his build up. And then when you get to turn 3, when the item has run out, a bunch of your units are now built up a little bit, so they're obviously going to perform a lot better. So unfortunately on this rotation as well, I bought the tech Trunks in the hopes that we could actually get some stacks by the time we got to the final phase, and we did not. So we are not going to be in a very good position here. I think the best thing to do is use this to get the extra defense for everybody. And then go into the standby and put Trunks in slot 1. So let's put the animation back on so we can see his standby. Yeah, items are available for a reason, right? Like doing no item run challenges and stuff is fun. But like if you're trying to beat an event for the first time, especially if it's like a limited 5 times a day, like the red zone, and you're going to end up in a situation where you just lose because you refuse to use an item. You know, if you're going to beat it, like doing no item run challenges and stuff is fun, but you want to actually beat the stage at least once, right? All right, so on this turn, our boy gets guard and damage reduction. So in this slot, he's going to have every link, right? Yeah. Mine is full level 10 links except for 1, which has been quite a long time. But now in this slot, he has every link except for Golden Warrior, so that is fine. And then he has 500k defense, basically. He's got 50% damage reduction on this turn and guard. So obviously he's going to be looking pretty good here. The tech Trunks is the only one I'm kind of scared about. I probably shouldn't have brought him, but as we were discussing on the stream before I started recording, like this team for time travelers, I really struggled to pick a 6th unit to bring against SYN, because there's a lot of other units that I would put on this team for a different event that would get absolutely shredded by AoEs. So I really wasn't sure who to bring as the final unit, and obviously Tech Trunks was probably not the best idea. I mean, would he live a normal? The problem is, after supering he might. Pre-super I'm not so sure, so I am going to go ahead and bust out the Whis here. I mean, that basically guarantees that Trunks in slot 1 is just going to take 0 damage, right? But go ahead and do this and see what Trunks can output here. I mean, Tech Trunks might actually still unironically take damage from these AoEs, but ooh, he still takes 79k, yikes. And he's got to take another one of those. Well, we'll see what happens. 12.3 million from Trunks. Is this my Trunks or the friend? This is my ones. This is the 69% one. So yeah, he'd be getting those additionals. No crits though, sadly. See, this is where I can see the argument, right? If Trunks is just meant to be a damage dealer, it's kind of like cooler. He's getting off all of those super attacks in a turn. But if you're not getting crits, then obviously you're not doing anywhere near as much damage. So I can definitely see the mindset of Trunks being like, you know, being quite heavy on the crit, and then additional as the secondary, and then you're just kind of locked into that, like, well, if he takes a super, then I guess I'm just dead, but it is what it is kind of thing, right? Is he actually going to super tech Trunks? Oh my god, he is. So I am dead. Unless he just doesn't super this turn for some reason, but Because even if Trunks gets like a triple super here, he probably takes damage, right? Maybe, I don't know, from a normal. I mean, the SYN's normals do what? Like, is it 500k? Pre everything else. So, Trunks is going to have about, what, 350 and a Whis. So, okay, he is taking double digits now. Whew. That was close. But he could still get supered here, right? He didn't super. I didn't miss it, right? He just didn't super on this turn. I'll take it. So, I do dodge and crit. Additional is the lowest priority to me. Yeah, he does have a bunch of additionals built in, and he has level 5 additional as a physical unit. So, you want him to have a little bit of additional, so you have that higher chance of proccing it. But, oh, this is good. This turn. Trunks, we might not even get to see Trunks' active skill. Well, shall I just not use Vegito's one? Because we're on low enough HP that I would just use Vegito's active skill. And now both the Vegitos on this turn have a 100% chance to dodge. But then we just win. Right? Like, surely we just win on this turn now. Yeah, let's just cook him. Okay. Let's see them cook. All right. Did I turn the animations off? I kind of want to see this. I don't get tired of this one. So I do love. I think it started with the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta active skill, but I love this whole thing of having like the Goku and Vegeta, and then they like merge together like on the screen like that. Like that looks so cool to me. I love it. So, all right. Well, it doesn't really matter who goes in which slot, does it? Do either of them have more links with Trunks? No. So, I guess it doesn't really matter too much who goes where, because they have, they both have a 100% chance to dodge on this turn, so what does it matter? Although actually, I guess I should really have put Vegito Blue, Tech Vegito Blue in the slot where you can get more attacks. Although on the flip side, I also probably want them to not kill this turn if possible, because I want to see the Sword of Hope. So not getting the 18 key super with Tech Vegito Blue probably was a good thing, to be honest. And then, of course, remember, Trunks in slot 3 is going to benefit from the fact that AGL Vegito Blue, you'd love to see that, AGL Vegito Blue is giving 50% defense buff to everybody. So Trunks, after his supers on this turn in slot 3, is going to have very, very high defense. And we do still have the Whis active. So, like, we basically can't die on this turn, right? I think. I wonder how much Trunks would take from a super. Because he's getting the 50% damage buff from Vegito Blue. He's going to get all of his supers, which give him extra defense. Now, we could get bad RNG and not get many additional supers. But we also do still have the Whis active. So, I wonder how much the physical Trunks would take from a super in slot 3. We don't have to find out, because obviously he already supered and Vegito dodged. So, pretty good. So yeah, Vegito just continuing to go off here. He's still going. Alright, well. Just sit back and watch the Vegito Blue show. I'm glad I didn't get the 18 key with the Tech Vegito Blue now. But even so, we might end up killing, because he's going to do how many supers? And then Trunks in slot 3 is going to do how many supers? Like, this is quite a turn for damage, right? And then the fact that both the Vegito Blues just can't be touched. Like, this is a crazy turn for damage. Alright, we actually got good luck with the not getting crits, because like I said, I would like to get to the next turn and see the Sword of Hope if possible, but I don't know. Physical Trunks obviously has the ability to just go off here as well. Okay, good. We missed the super, which I wouldn't normally say, but alright, don't do another super after this, or at least don't crit. Actually, no, I think we're okay. Yeah, even if he crits on this, he won't kill. But I mean, you can't argue with results. This was a pretty good turn. All of these guys. Yeah, you better go make coffee and potentially have a bathroom break when the two Vegitos are on the same turn. They did what, like 10 super attacks between them or something? Like, pretty good. And then they just dodge everything. Alright, well, now we're back. We got 10. How many stacks did we get? 22 stacks on the Sword of Hope. So, yeah, pretty good. So the Sword of Hope, in terms of the actual damage that it does, where's the thing that says what it actually does? Is it in this bit? No, because that's just the standby. Is it in this bit? No, that's enter stand. No, is that it? Yeah, so raises attack by 50% temporarily per charge count and does super ultimate damage to the enemy. So bear in mind, it says by like per charge count. So we have 22 charges, which means 50% times 22 is 1,100. So he's getting a 1,100% attack buff for this attack. So, oh no, almost quit out the game then, jeez. Right, so here we go. How much is this going to do? I mean, obviously it's going to kill, but like, how much damage is this actually going to do? God, I wish the ending of this was more impressive. But yeah, 20 million damage crit, and was that my one? That's pretty good. So there you go. That is the physical Trunks 200% team versus SYN Shenron. Definitely a crazy second to last turn. And yeah, if that was my one, that's one dupe. So pretty good. And having the two Vegetos going off and getting all those supers when he gets his charges from your units attacking. So Vegeto's getting all of those supers massively buffed the Spirit Sword. So that's kind of awesome. You'll love to see it. So let me know what you guys think of Trunks down below. I know most people aren't as like high on him as they are on Future Gohan, but I think he definitely can be very good in the right situations. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Shout out to Dr. Fridge for becoming a channel member. Shout out to all you guys. See you all again soon. Have a good one.